What's up, YouTubeites? Welcome to Lords of the Long Box presents the Cover Price Top 10 for the week ending January 22nd with a special panel today. It's a Bird City takeover with Lords of the Long Box. While you guys are congregating, Anthony doesn't know it, but I'm going to give away some of his shit today. So while you guys are congregating, let's say the word. What's good, everybody? Welcome to Lords of the Long Box presents the Cover Price Top 10 for the week ending January 22nd. As usual, I have Laura with me. Say what's good to the people, Laura.
Hey guys, I'm excited to have Anthony here tonight. This is going to be a fun one. The list is pretty solid. I do miss JB. Hopefully we'll have him on Thursday. But in the meantime, Ant, you're a good fill-in.
Yeah, I appreciate you guys inviting me. Yeah, I'm going to do my best, JB. I'll lean in real close to the mic and I'll sound as sultry as possible as I attempt to read his stuff.
Do your internal Casey Kasem is what he does.
There you go.
So, yeah. Once again, this show is brought to our friends over at CovrPrice.com. Go to CovrPrice.com for a 2-week free trial or $6.99 a month for your price guides, collections, and trends. This year, top 10 list every Tuesday and every Thursday for the Comic Book Shakers. We're also on podcast. So, Alexa, play Lords of the Long Box podcast on Spotify. Also,
oh shit, it worked on Amazon Music. Dang it, hold on.
See, use our show is sponsored is proudly sponsored by our friends over at Bird City Comics who are here today. Use the discount code of LOTLB to get 15% off anything in the Bird City Comics store. Nothing is dropping this Friday, but they got some exciting stuff that they'll maybe share with you or not. Also, during last week's show, one of the comments people said, hey, can you guys do a giveaway for the people watching the rewind? Because we have we had 1,700 people watch, but but only 130 live viewers. So this week, leave a comment after this video post, and we're going to give away something on Thursday's show. How you like them apples?
Oh, I like that. That makes sense. Gives everybody a fair shot.
Gives everybody a fair shot. So who knows? Maybe I'll pop a question on tonight's show too. You don't even know. You won't even know. Just pay attention to the clues that we drop. I'm just saying. Once again, this is CovrPrice Top 10, looking at the biggest sales of the week that are incrementally and as far as percentage wise. So, well, that means the same thing anyway. But very interesting list because it's very timely. Like it literally news just dropped like, a couple of days ago, and it's already on this list, and you'll see as we go on. But what do we have as usual? We have a runner-up. What do we have for this week's runner-up?
All right, the runner-up almost made the list. We have Body Bags #1 from Dark Horse, came out in 1996. The comic book community continues to take emotionally taxing hits at another creator that has passed away. Last week, Jason Pearson, the writer and artist of the series Body Bags, passed away. Aside from the series, Pearson also worked on Grendel, Batman Gotham Knights, and illustrated covers for Robin and the Amazing Spider-Man. However, Body Bags was the title he was most known for in the comic community. The series followed a father-daughter pair of bounty hunters on their various violent ventures. We tracked 15 copies sold at a 7-day trend of 116%, with a high sale of $119.99 for a CGC 9.4.
So I'm assuming it's just because the creator passed away that people bought it. Sadly, that's a thing in our community, where it happened with George Perez and other artists or writers who passed away, and people get their books. Similar to the art world, right? If a famous artist. Yeah, if a famous artist passed away, then Neil Adams passed away. I thought you were going to say Neil Gaiman. I said, no, he has to live. Yeah. So Body Bags #1 from Dark Horse Comics, 1996. The good old days, 1996. That was I remember this when it came out. It was it was pretty crazy. And a returning champion that is barely clinging on, man, but it's still on here.
Oh, geez. Here we go. All right, guys, we're into the top 10, right? So this is book number 10, The Amazing Spider-Man, Salvador Larroca. This is the Hustle M&M limited to 5,000. Marvel, obviously, from 2002. Let's see. Who knew a rap battle between Eminem and Spider-Man would garner so much interest? This book is still going strong and is maintaining the momentum that propelled it into our top 10 since its release. The fire beneath this book is due to the relative scarcity of high-grade copies as they were shipped poorly, leading to 9.8 and above books selling for high premiums. Still, this book has become a grail for many, sending them to the aftermarket to acquire it. We tracked 18 copies sold at a 7-day trend of 134%, with a high sale of $1,100 for a CGC 9.8 copy, with a raw near mint going for about $176.
I can't believe this is insane.
They want you to roll your R's. They want you to say Salvador Larroca.
Salvador
Larroca. There you go. Ant has popped his cherry with his first Lord's show. There you go.
I felt like I was back in grade school where you read ahead when when your paragraph's coming.
Yeah. Just take your time, do it right. We can do it. Do it all night. Anyway, number 10 on the list is ASM #1, the Salvador Larroca Hustle M&M limited to 5,000, a CGC 9.8 for 1,100.
That's incredible. That's absolutely incredible.
It is nuts. There's also some other weird covers out there, like I think there's a David Bowie cover or something like that. If people are looking for any like music artist that's going to appear now, like I'm assuming there's going to be some crazy Lady Gaga book or some crazy shit like that. Beyonce, I don't know. It's just a trend I see people doing. I mean, it's going to start with rap.
Is it kind of interesting that the companies that are getting these books for releases like aren't even shipping them properly? I mean, I guess that's cool for the aftermarket because it's making less near mint copies, but
exactly.
Yeah, I guess the ironic thing is I think Hustle Entertainment is Eminem's company, right? If I'm not mistaken. And the irony is that Eminem is a huge comic book collector. He has like amazing like a high grade Amazing Fantasy 15. Google it, it's a thing. I remember he was somebody was talking to his manager about it, and he was talking about all the books that Eminem has. He's a lot of these rappers grew up reading comic books. I mean, most famously like Wu-Tang, and Run the Jewels is another rap group that's always associated with comic books. But this list is number 10 on the list, makes Spider-Man number 1, the Salvador La Roca. I'm just gonna keep on saying that, the Eminem variant. All right, what do we got for number 9?
All right, number 9, we have The Amazing Spider-Man number 17. This is Ed McGuinness, cover E. It's a 1 in 25 that came out in 2023. Rec Rap, or Parker backwards, is still going strong, especially with this being the only variant to feature him on the cover. The community is still determining if he will be a throwaway or a mainstay, but they feel confident enough to secure a copy of his first appearance. Another first appearance of the Insidious 6 adds to the fanfare. We tracked 36 copies sold at a 7-day trend of 99%, with a high sale of $26 for a raw copy and a near mint fair market value at about $19. This is interesting. I'm not sure what to say.
So Parker backwards is Rec Rap
is Parker
Rap.
backwards.
Sure,
Yeah.
why not? Sure, why not? But like I always say, like Amazing Spider-Man and Batman, anytime they introduce a new character, typically they get really hot, and then they'll eventually cool down. I mean, we all remember Red Goblin, right? And then the reveal on that. So yeah. So number 9 on the list, Amazing Spider-Man number 17, the Ed McGuinness cover E 1 in 25 variant, top sale, raw dog, 26 bones. What do we got for number 8?
All right, going to number 8, we have the Amazing Spider-Man number
one.
14, second print. Ed McGuinness is back again, black and white, 1 in 25. Let's see. While the dame behind the mask, Jean Godby, debuted long ago, her first proper appearance as Hallows Eve was in this book. Fan reception for the new villain was tremendous, enough to help propel this book to a second printing. Hallows Eve also has a solo title set to debut after the Dark Web storyline, and the fan base is gearing up for it. We tracked 16 copies sold at a 7-day trend of 231%, with a high sale of 205 bones for a raw copy and a near mint. Let's see, near mint fair market value of $151.
I'm digging this cover, man. Very kind of hobgoblinish with the pumpkins and what. I mean, perfect for Halloween comic covers when October comes around. So it definitely evokes. I mean, Hobgoblin, which God, I really wish they'd bring him on live action, but we'll see if Ed Leeds ends up being Hobgoblin in the ASM. All right, so Amazing Spider-Man number 14. This is the second print of Ed McGuinness, black and white, 1 in 25 variant, coming in at number 8. And as I aforementioned show, there were some properties that got optioned by Amazon, and sure enough, people started snatching them up. What do we got for number 7?
Perfect example. We got Sex Criminals number 1. This came out in 2013, published by Image. This book is making the Comics Code Authority roll over in its grave. It features a storyline about 2 people, Susie and John, who figure out they can stop time and steal whatever they want when they orgasm. Odd but promising enough, so that it was recently reported optioned by Amazon. Okay. Odd but promising enough so that it was recently reportedly optioned by Amazon. Maybe somebody in the chat can confirm if that's 100% a go. We tracked 23 copies sold at a 7-day trend of 179%, with a high sale of $122 for a CGC 9.8 copy and a raw near mint fair market value of $19. So it was recently reportedly optioned.
Yeah.
Do we know
comicbook.com reported, and they're pretty reputable. And it was an overall. Matt Fraction has an overall deal with Amazon. So I mean, I have every one of the variants of this, by the way. It's just a quick notation is the couple have to orgasm together in order for time to stop. So they both orgasm at the same time. Yeah, but it's a wild premise for a story. So then they stop time and they rob banks. But
I was gonna say this doesn't sound like an awe moment. Like, oh, so sweet. It's like,
that is sweet.
Yeah. Yeah.
No?
Number 7 on the list is sex criminals number 1. By the way, if you Google sex criminals, you're gonna get a lot of Chris Hansen posts, so be careful.
Yeah, you're definitely going to want to plug in the creative team just to make sure you get the right sex criminals you're looking
put in
for.
sex criminals comic or sex criminals image. Well, don't even put in image. Now that I think about it, that you may be pulling up some weird shit there too. Number 7 on the list, sex criminals number 1. What do we got for number 5? Another one.
No, we're on to, is it, okay, so for number 6, we
number
got
6, I'm
Bitch.
sorry.
No, you're all good. Bitch Planet number 1. Jeez. Following a theme here, especially by Amazon. Bitch Planet is another book reportedly set to be adapted by Amazon into a TV series. And this one features a more PG-13 rating. Interesting. With a world full of criminals, let's see. A prison opens off-planet, solely populated by women. Orange is the new black in space, anyone? This excited fans as we tracked 42 copies sold at a 7-day trend of 158%, with a high sale of $85 for a CGC 9.8 copy and a raw near mint fair market value at $11.
And this is created by at least partially Kelly Sue McCormick. Are they a husband and wife team? I think she's married to somebody. I was reading up on it, but this is one of the ones that I miss. I mean, the print runs on these could not have been that big. It was created by Valentine DeLandro and Kelly Sue McCormick. It won the 2014 Best Writer Eisner Award nominee for Kelly Sue DeConnick. I'm sorry. But I can't imagine just you scrolling through and you're little Jimmy seeing Bitch Planet on this Amazon, but why not Amazon? They did The Boys, right? That was pretty nuts. Invincible,
Yeah.
that's pretty nuts. I mean, things to watch out for. Bitch Planet. It's not a planet full of Karens, by the way, if you're all right. What do we have for number 5?
Number 5. Venom number 15 by E.J. Sue. This is the cover D 1-in-25 ratio that came out in 2023. So far, the dark web storyline has the interest of the community and has offered several fantastic covers. This 1-in-25 from E.J. Sue is stunning and immediately became the variant to get, even outpacing the limited books. How could it not, with a blood red cover and the hand of Spider-Man reaching from a wicked tooth maw? Glorious. We tracked 47 copies sold at a 7-day trend of 146%, with a high sale of $60 for a raw copy and a near mint fair market value of $44. I love this cover. I don't have it.
I'm digging this one.
Yeah, Guy McCall brings up a big point. He goes, Amazon options don't hold weight. Look at Paper Girls. Paper Girls was a damn good show, and they canceled it. But I would say Netflix even more so doesn't like Warrior Nun. Warrior Nun, they canceled for no good reason at all. 1899, Laura's favorite show.
They canceled with good reason.
Yeah.
I
mean, it sucks when you invest yourself into a whole season and then they don't do it. The good thing is, a lot of times the creators are like saying, but there's so many other avenues now that I can shop this property that I can maybe, hopefully Amazon will pick it up or somebody like that. Obviously Disney has its own thing. Apple TV is another place you can go. Hell, Paramount Plus. I mean, it's amazing all the different streaming platforms that you can do. Apple TV stuff is really high quality stuff if you haven't seen it. I'm watching this show called Slow Horses right now, which is like a MI5, MI6 like espionage thing with Gary Oldman. It's pretty good. So if you haven't, things that Tebow have watched, so that you should watch. The Rig on Amazon is also excellent. If you haven't seen The Rig, go check out Amazon. Don't read anything into The Rig. Just watch it and let it unfurl and let the story kind of just take you where it's going.
This is a segment we always end up doing.
Well, I'm just saying, I'm making a list right now from everything TiVo said because that 90s show is not doing it for me.
Oh, no. Also, you need to check out The Last Kingdom and Vikings Valhalla if you're into like period dramas and kicks.
I just binged that. Yeah.
The Last Kingdom is excellent. It's 5 seasons, so you have a lot of stuff. I've rewatched that series at least 3 times because I Uche de Bedember. They have this weird kind of like I don't know how to say it, man, like a Danish Viking accent that they do, but it's pretty cool, man. I really dig it, man. Number 5 on the list is Venom number 15, the Ed Sue cover D 1-in-25 variant. I haven't had a Venom book on here for a while now. Usually it's on the Shaker show, but It's good to see Ben back on here. All right, what do we have for number 4?
All right, coming in at number 4,
What the hell?
Biker Mice from Mars. What am I looking at here? Oh man, this got 90s cartoon series all over it, doesn't it?
Yes.
All right, well, we've got Biker Mice from Mars, number 1. It's Marvel from 1993. Per comic book, the nostalgia trip that is the Biker Mice from Mars is set to return. A relic of the past has been revived and slapped with a new series and a new toy line. This excited fans who immediately turned to the aftermarket to secure the first issue in the brief comic run. BMFM began as a TV series before branching out, quite the opposite for their longtime rival, the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. We tracked 15 copies sold at a 7-day trend of 501% with a high sale of $225 for a CGC 9.8 copy and a raw VF fair market of about $15.
Yeah, I mean, we've seen nostalgia. I mean, you guys saw with your Gargoyles book, right?
That's true. You just
Yeah,
tap into that
Gargoyles.
90s.
Now it is radioactive black belt hamsters, and we've set the gamut. There you go. You know, if look it up, there was a thing. But when Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles came out, there was a series that came out that tried to copy it, and they were called Teenage Radioactive Black Belt Hamsters, and it was the 90s. I don't know what to tell you, man. It was the 90s, man. It was crazy, you know. So
well, I'm calling my shot right now. I say, everybody, let's start looking for Street Shark comics.
Street Shark, yeah. Give me Macross. I don't care. You know, in 1993, I wasn't really into cartoons anymore because I was getting drunk and, you know, all that stuff. I was 21, 22 years old at the time. So, but I was still going to my LCS, you know, collecting stuff. But stuff like this, you wouldn't even wink at. You were just like, meh, whatever, you know. But, you know, every now and then, you never know, man. This is something I definitely need proof of life of. So number 4 on the list is Biker Mice from Mars. Why not?
Why not?
Why not? All right, what do we have for number 3?
The Atlantis Chronicles number 4. We're sticking with the 90s themes. This is from 1990, published by DC. This book features the first appearance of Kordax, a green-skinned ancestor to Aquaman that rivals his power. While Aquaman 2 has been put on the back burner due to the turbulence surrounding DC, it's reportedly still happening. Rumors are swirling that Kordax could appear in the sequel. While neither confirmed nor dispelled, the community is still picking up copies, just in case. We tracked 37 copies sold at a 7-day trend of 280%, with a high sale of $20 for a raw copy and a near mint fair market value of $10.
Yeah, so I think your boy Jason Momoa had a meeting with James Gunn, and he came out of that meeting apparently ecstatic with what's going to happen, and not necessarily Aquaman related either, because there's the rumors floating around that he could be Lobo, you know. But you know, James Gunn is heading up the DCU, so he's going to be looking at some different properties. You know, like I always said, you know, DC needs to get away from the big 3: Batman, Superman, and Wonder Woman, and just tell other stories, man. They did it with Suicide Squad. I mean, look at their animated slate, and you know, it's awesome how you get these crazy characters like Zatanna and Justice League Dark, and you know, you got, you know, Deadman and all these cool characters, but you don't get to see on the big screen. And I think James Gunn, give him a chance. I think he can do it, man. Put him on the big screen, you know.
What do you think, Ant? You're into DC animation.
No, I think TiVo nailed it. The DC animation lineup is nuts. Those movies are so fantastic for being animated, and they need to give us live action on the big screen. I'm for anything they want to do that's an offshoot, you know, that's not, like you said, the big 3. Yeah, they gave it to us. We got it. Give us something else.
Yeah, like Injustice, that animated movie is bonkers. So basically, it follows the video game where Superman goes rogue, and then Batman and the rest of the Justice League try to take care of him, and pretty much everybody dies. Spoiler alert, but but you know,
spoiler alert comes first, TiVo.
Well, Atlanta, I mean, you know, Injustice was a fighting game, right? It wasn't really a story per se. It was a story. Most games are stories, but it was a fighting game. But this really fleshed it out, and it is uber violent to say the least. Just like Justice League Dark is. I mean, do yourself a favor if you have HBO Max, just go to. They have a little thing called DC Hub, and you can see all the animated films. And you can kind of tell the animation style has changed throughout the years. Where the early days of Bruce Timm, with the square shouldered Batman, and it kind of rounded out, and so it's always been good, but it's particularly better now. I mean, and Titans is on there too if you want live action stuff. So there you go, man. So number 3 on the list, Atlantis Chronicles. Number 4. What do we got for number 2?
Number 2, Wakanda. Number 4, Marvel Comics 2023. Are we set on Tosin as how we pronounce this name?
That's how I say it.
How do they say it in the movie? Tucson, because he's French Haitian. So
Oh, there you go. So
Yeah.
Tucson quickly became a fan favorite character with his first appearance continuously commanding premium prices. Marvel has big rumored plans for him, evident in the recent introduction of his love interest, Kimmy. This book marks her first appearance in another character the community feels has a bright future. This also features an awesome Tucson cover. We tracked 82 copies sold at a 7-day trend of 132%, with a high sale of $22 for a raw copy and a near mint fair market value of $16.
Yeah, so I don't know if he's ready to have a love interest. I mean, Tucson, if spoiler alert, at the end credit scene of Wakanda Forever, he appears to Shuri as the son of T'Challa. He goes, "My name is Tucson." Also, they call me something T'Challa or something like that. But it's a very weighty moment. Like you can see Shuri go through everything. And if you watch the movie, the queen was supposed to tell Shuri before she passed away. Spoiler, but if you haven't seen it yet, you're not going to watch it, right? She was going to tell Shuri that T'Challa had a son, but she never got to because spoiler alert, she died. But Angela Bassett is collecting awards for it now. So first Marvel character ever get a Golden Globe winning. I do believe, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah. Cool. So the Oscar announcements came out today, but I didn't pay attention because they came out at 6 a.m. But I'm pretty sure Angela Bassett got nominated for that, and the dude who played Elvis has got nominated, deserves it.
And Brendan Fraser, is it Brendan Fraser and the guy from the Mummy?
Yeah, the Whale.
He got nominated too.
Yeah, for the Whale.
But
I think they're doing it right with this one though. The character design is on point. And I know it feels really rushed, but I think that's them paying homage to Chadwick Boseman because it almost feels like they just want to honor him by getting another character as opposed to recast. So I don't want to say they're pushing this character on us because it's really well done, but I think that's why it feels rushed. They want to move on from that because nobody's going to replace him and give us something fresh and new, and it's not bad.
Yeah. And and I don't see, I mean, unless there's a serious time jump, because a lot of times this is pushed by TV shows and movies. Unless there's a serious time jump, I don't see Tucson having a love interest live action unless there's some type of weirdness that happens in Quantumania and there's all kinds of weird time jumps. Maybe there's an alternate reality where Black Panther is Tucson. I don't know. I'm just spitballing there. You're
spot on. It's like let my boy get his feet planted before they give him a boo-boo to worry about,
I know, right? I mean, let him finish grade school for God's sakes. God.
Oh my God.
He's got to beat up on some villains before he can get some side piece,
Oh, whoa now. Hey now. First sex criminals, now this. All right. All right, number 2 on the list is Wakanda, number 4 from 2023. Raw dog, $22. All right. What's the last one on the list?
Number 1 tonight, guys. Wait, wrong screen. TiVo, we're on body bags.
Oh, okay. Where did I put number 1? Hold on a second.
Good thing I didn't say it first.
I know.
While he's looking that up, make sure you guys give us a thumbs up if you haven't already. It definitely helps that algorithm. So yeah, give the show a thumbs up if you can.
All right. Why don't you hold on? Let me download it because I could have swore I downloaded the graphic. If I didn't, then it's Matt's fault.
Yeah,
Laura,
definitely.
apparently I need a cape. I'm looking at comments right now. I need a cape. I should put on my Batman cowl and I should do the whole thing with my Batman voice.
Yeah. First of all, it's not a cape, it's a cloak. I just want to point that out.
That's true. My bad. That's true.
Yeah. Hold on here. Let me pull up the graphic, and I want you guys just sit tight and amongst yourselves and just talk to each other. It's a thing now. People talk to each other.
No, I like that. So, Laura, what do you think of this list so far? Because there are a couple books that are interesting to me. Like, I don't know what it is, but I super want to find these biker mice from Mars Comics. It's
I
bugging
like
me.
anything from the 90s. I really do. If I can go back and just like snatch them all up, I wish I could have done that and known back then.
Well, I'm
Anything that's
wondering what the chat was doing in 1993. What were you doing in 1993, Laura?
I
We
was
already
in
heard
3rd
from Tebow.
grade, and
Oh my God.
in
I
93, I was a
was
3rd grader. I was like 9.
I was like clubbing and going to bars already.
I was hustling dice in 93 in 5th grade.
Oh
No,
my
you were hustling
God.
pogs and slammers.
Pogs. There you go. Pogs. Oh, God.
Speaking of which, there is a let me load the graphic here for number one. There is a how do I say? There's a show about a guy that got rich off of bootlegging Pez dispensers on Netflix right now. So apparently he found a loophole and he was selling these rare Pez toys because he found out that that Pez International didn't have patent law in the U.S. and so he was just selling them and he was making a ton of money off of those Pez dispensers. So just check it out. I think it's called Pez Master or something like that, but it's on Netflix. It's on my just ever growing watch list of things on Netflix.
I need to
But
look
let's
it
get
up.
right
Maybe
into it.
we're
All right,
theory.
you ready for
Oh,
number
we ready?
one? I got the graphic rolled up.
There we go. Number 1, Batman, Superman, World's Finest. Number 11, this is the Jack White cover D, which came out in 2023. First Biggie, then Eminem, Paul McCartney, and now Jack White. Jack White of the White Stripes makes his comic creation and debut with this cover, continuing the trend and dominance of books featuring musical artists. Each has appeared in our top 10 spot over the past several months, so he's in good company. Jack White also happens to be a massive comic book fan, especially those of the DC variety, specifically Golden Age Batman and Superman, and the owner of many incredible keys. It's fitting he would debut on a Batman Superman centric book, a dream come true for a fellow nerd. We tracked 234 copies sold at a 7-day trend of 372%, with a high sale of 112 for a raw copy and a near mint fair market value of $51.
Telling you, Jack White, Eminem, Biggie Smalls. I mean, if you think about it, it goes all the way back to Kiss, right? And they did their own comic from Marvel, and the infamous is they inked it with their own blood. Another one was before I go on a tangent, Batman versus and Superman, World's Finest number 1, the Jack White 3 cover D variant for all you Stripes fans. Is what's interesting is back if I want to say like a Kiss, and then one album covers that I got is Joe Satriani, which is I believe in Surfing the Alien or something like that. It's basically a Silver Surfer image that he put on his album cover. Later on, he got sued by Marvel, but I bought it. I bought the album, Joe Satriani. So music and comic books have always gone one and one. I mean, if I go back to Elvis. Elvis was reading comic books, was a huge comic book fan. And in the movie, he talks about reading Captain Marvel Jr., and he talks about the Rock of Eternity. I mean, that's a deep dive. I mean, once again, watch Elvis. It's very good. I can't. And that dude's voice is just like that in real life. He didn't make his voice up for the Elvis film. He is that. I mean,
I gotta see it. You keep telling me that, and I've yet to see it.
I'm not gay, but I'm just saying, man, he's a handsome man. He's a handsome man.
They nailed that casting. He's uncomfortable to look at.
Yeah. Gyrating his hips. I'm like, yo, yeah, I'm like my girl's watching. I'm like, yeah, I'm watching it too.
It's kind of like when you're watching, like when Game of Thrones was a thing, and then they had that sexy scene come on. You're watching with your girl, and you look at the ceiling so she doesn't get mad at you. It's the same thing. He's getting up there. I'm like, shit.
It's very well, and the music is top. The soundtrack is top notch because they mixed old and new. They put some remix in it. It's pretty dope. But we got to go because Bird City has a show next. Laura, any last words?
Yeah, guys, head over to Near Nirvana next. We are actually doing an entire show based 100% on Lee Bermejo. Another little fun thing, I'll let Anthony kind of elaborate here, but the Bird City Comics site is now officially a downloadable app. Yeah.
Yeah. We're official. We got an app. So
Official.
currently it's only available in the Apple Store, but guys, it is coming to Google. Head over if you guys don't mind, download it. Obviously, give us 5 stars. But
Yeah.
give it a try. It just launched yesterday, so I'm waiting for somebody to give us from the app. I almost did it myself, and I'm like, nah, that's cheating. I want it to be a real order that comes through, but
Yeah.
we're official.
Sign up for it. And for those in the live chat, sorry, we're going to give away something. So you leave a comment once this video posts. Just put in hashtag Bird City, and your boy Tebow is going to give away some stuff on Friday or Thursday show. Okay, as simple as that. Don't leave it. Don't say it now. After the show, after the video post, in the comment section, make sure you like. If we get 100 likes, which we normally do. We got 200 and something last few shows. Thanks to JB hyping up everybody. So, leave in the hashtag comment of Bird City, and we're going to pick a random comic, and we're going to give away some stuff. Maybe more than one stuff. I don't know. I'm feeling kooky. I'm feeling crazy, but
he'll give away more than one yet. He just hands shit out left and right.
And as he should, because I'm going to tell you, Tivo, in February, you should see the lineup we got, boy. It's going to be good. You're going to be that guy. Is like, here, you get a comic and you get a comic. We're going to get you your Oprah.
And we haven't even mentioned the 8 Billion Genies number 8 sold out on the Bird City Comics website. But in March, you'll be able to get a copy from my LCS Comics, Tunes, and Toys in Tustin, California. And Tony Fleece will be there doing a signing, and I may just hang out. If you want my signature, I don't know why you would. I'll sign it, but I'm not going to sign the cover. I'm only going to sign the back, and it's going to have the Lord's logo on it. So I'll just sign on the back of it. But I'm not going to impede on an artist's interpretation on the cover. So you'll get a chance in March if you missed out on the 8 Billion Genies number 8. So for Ant and Laura, this is Tebow saying keep digging in them all boxes, and peace out.
Shake it, make it, pull it back. Oh my God.
Somebody show that weapon. Go on and get some, boys.
In the great hall of the Justice League, there are assembled the world's 3 greatest heroes, created from the cosmic legends of the universe. Their mission, to fight injustice, to right that which is wrong, and to serve all mankind.
Now that's a name I've not heard. Laugh it up, buzz.
In this, you shall know that the Lord is upright.
Shake it, make it, pull it back.
In this, you shall know that the Lord is upright. In this, you shall know that the Lord is upright.
Go on and get some, boys.
Jack, here's the deal. I'm the best there is.
In this, you shall know that the Lord is upright.
What's in the box?